In this discussion, we're going to talk about measures of dispersion, and we have two measures that we're going to look at. The first measure is the range, and the range is simply the highest value minus the lowest value, and that equals the range. If we look at our data set that we used in the earlier problems, we see that the highest value is 38 and the lowest value is 32, and that gives us a range of 6. Quite simple. The second measure of dispersion we want to look at is known as the standard deviation and its relationship with the variance. First of all, when we look at this, we're looking at the population standard deviation is the letter sigma. And when you see the Greek letters, we're dealing with populations. The population variance is the letter sigma squared. If you're looking at a sample, it's a small s, and if it's a sample variance, it is small s squared. Those are the two letters that we're looking at. We'll need these symbols as we go forward in our calculations this morning. When we're talking about the variance, what happens is the standard deviation, the larger the standard deviation displays, the more variance there is around the mean. So let's say we've gathered some data and the two means are virtually the same, but we've plotted the data and we see that our mean is something like this, right there. That can tell us the mean right here. We know that. But we also notice that if we look at our data, this section, this group of data, has a much wider range of observations. This group of data, the observations are pretty much collected together. If we look at this one has a standard deviation and a variance that's going to be much larger than this one. And the purpose of the standard deviation and variance is to talk about how widely the observations are distributed around the mean. This is going to have the larger standard deviation than this one is. Now in this course, we're not going to calculate the standard deviation. When you need the standard deviation, it will be given to you in a problem.